Beep, beep, beep. We got a wide load coming through here, folks. Make some way. Beep, beep, beep. Hi, I'm MK Williams. I'm an author and independent publisher. I love sharing my insights about all things self-publishing with you. Before I get into the details of today's video, don't forget to hit subscribe. That way you can be here every week as I put out new videos about self-publishing, making a career out of being an author, and now being a mompreneur. So today we're going to talk about the term wide as it applies to self-publishing. This is a term I started to hear about in 2019, and I heard it from multiple sources. So Joanna Penn has always talked about this concept on her podcasts. It's always mentioned by Ally, the Alliance of Independent Authors, and it was the strategy I picked for self-publishing my books back in 2015 before wide was even a term. I just knew I wanted my books in the library and that self-publishing with Amazon and Amazon only wasn't going to get me there. So wide self-publishing, this is this term that you're hearing a lot now. It's defined by what it's not, right? Okay, and it's not Amazon only. So anything that is wide is just automatically not Amazon only. So if you self-publish your books on any platform outside of Amazon, you're wide. That's it. That can be you selling them on your own personal website. It can be having your book listed on every retailer in the world, and it can be somewhere in between. There's more talk about this now for a few reasons. So first, there's more platforms and the number is growing every day. This kind of realization that Amazon's focus will always be the customer, not the content creator. And the reality of 2020 showed people just how fragile their business income is when they only rely on that one stream. So what I've seen a lot of in the past year in Facebook groups and forums like Wide for the Win, which is an amazing group. If you're not part of it, you should join. And even with people who work with me one-on-one is this very good eagerness to go wide. And I think that's really great. I think more authors who are informed and empowered and not dependent on Amazon is awesome. But I see that some of this eagerness almost goes too far and it causes problems. Like people putting their book wide even when they're in an exclusive contract with Amazon, and then Amazon removes their books. Okay, that's not good. Or they think that going wide is signing up for every single platform, even every single aggregator, which causes duplicate listings, and then you get a lot of headaches. So that's kind of where I think this has gone a little too to the other way, and now it's causing some headaches there. So going wide is not as simple, just press one button and boom, you're wide. You need a plan that works for your book, your audience, and your schedule. So there's a lot of factors to consider. So I wrote a book on how to go wide. So every time I post a video on this channel answering niche questions related to self-publishing wide, I would get more questions. And at least once a month, an author would reach out to me in a panic because they rushed to go wide and they didn't have a plan, and then chaos has ensued. So I started to write down the linear process and what to consider, what steps to go through to make a wide self-publishing plan. Then I realized I had a book outline, not a video outline. So I dove right in and I started writing. And like 3 weeks and 10,000 words into the manuscript, a big name in self-publishing announced that they were releasing a book on wide self-publishing. So I had a few conflicting thoughts about this. So first I thought, awesome, now I don't have to write this book. And I also thought, bummer, I was really feeling this book, and well, I guess there isn't enough room for 2 books on the same topic. And then a week later, I snapped out of my funk and realized, yeah, there's room for more than 1 book on this topic. There are dozens of books on self-publishing, on writing novels, on book marketing, and I didn't let that stop me because I knew that my way of explaining things would resonate with my audience, so I hopped back in and I finished the book. So this is the first book that I wrote from start to finish after baby girl was born. So I'm super proud of it for that. So no matter what happens next, I'm really excited about getting this out there. So what does happen next? Well, here's the part where I tell you about the pre-order. But first, this book had to go from a manuscript to a book. How did that happen?
Hey guys, it is first thing Monday morning. Or I guess not first thing. My first thing started at midnight and then 6 a.m. But it is 8:30 a.m. on a Monday, so it is super early. But I woke up to an email from 400 Books that the print interior for my Going Wide book is ready for me to review after the first round, so I'm going to go ahead and take a look at it, and I thought I would share it with you guys so you can kind of see it with me. I'm really excited. So Formatted Books helped me before with the print interior, kind of redoing that for the Infinite because I've been really trying to almost like relaunch, like revamp that book ahead of the sequel coming out, the Alpha Nina. So they helped me a lot with that one. That was fiction, and so I'm really excited to see what they can do with my nonfiction books. And with Going Wide coming out, I'm really excited. So I can't wait for you guys to see it with me. Let's take a look. Okay, so here is the link. Let's see what this looks like. Okay. Alright. Ooh, I like that. That looks really good. Oh, nice. They brought in the brackets from the cover. Awesome. Awesome. So I'm really loving how this looks so far. It looks really clean. It looks really smooth. I see a few little things with spacing. I'll probably ask them to go back and retool a little bit. Like there was that one secondary header. I saw that. I was like, okay, well maybe that could fit a bit more over there. I think it'll probably still spill onto 2 lines, but if we could like fill a bit more there. So overall, I'm really happy with how it looks. I think it looks good, and there's only so much you can really dress up the text without it being distracting. But I'm really excited to see how they get this to work. Yeah, I might even have that bump down to the next page just because. Okay. All right, I am so excited. This looks really good, guys. And so I can't wait for you to actually be able to order it. So I'm going to go ahead and get some feedback to Formatted Books. They gave me a Google sheet to fill out just with some notes and things like that. So I am going to go ahead and do that. And then hopefully I'll get the revision back pretty soon. And that means I can, well, obviously by the time you're watching it, it's on pre-order, but hopefully the time difference isn't that long. So I can't wait for you to actually get your hands on this book. It looks great.
Okay, so it's actually been a little bit since you last heard from me. The print interior is approved. I've uploaded it to Ingram Spark. I've actually ordered my author copies already, but I just haven't set it to distribute. So now I'm actually getting to look at the EPUB version. So with Formatted Books, they do a great job. They make the print, then they make the EPUB, so that way I'm able to kind of approve one, get the design and interior done, and then they can put that, apply it into the EPUB file. So I'm actually going to go ahead and look at this now. I have an EPUB previewer and a Kindle previewer. The interesting thing with Kindle, I know I mentioned in a previous video, they no longer accept Mobi. So EPUB is kind of the main version of ebook that we'll all be working with moving forward. But I still want to make sure it's going to look good on Kindle based on their latest previewer. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look now, and I'm going to have you guys join me on this process and get a quick sneak peek. Okay, so obviously the cover looks the same. They did a great job incorporating that part. Okay. So I'm just kind of clicking through. Now some of the design elements are a little different here, right? Like it's actually clickable to the table of contents, which is why it's hyperlinked there, and you wouldn't have seen that in the print book. Okay, and like my nice little chapter headings are still there, which is really nice. Okay, and like all my hyperlinks look like they're actually linked, so that's really good. So I am going to go through with a fine-tooth comb and actually make sure that all those hyperlinks are showing appropriately. Obviously in the print version, I didn't want the hyperlinks to be underlined and blue because that would have looked really silly. But I definitely want to make sure that any of my hyperlinks are working. Okay, yeah, that was one that I had to obviously change in the print version, Alliance of Independent Authors. I was like, okay, well, I want to link people to that because that's an important factor of getting your upload fees covered is if you're part of one of these memberships. But in the print book, I was like, it doesn't need to be underlined. Can you not underline it? And it looks like they kept that. So that's going to make my life a lot easier. I'm still going to go back and double check everything. But it looks like for the most part, that's taken care of. Okay. It's really good. Now I did have some text boxes. So let's see if those came through. Okay, well that one kind of needs to move. So okay, that's one little thing that I saw there. Okay, so there's a few little things I'll just go through and check for and get my notes back to the Formatted Books team. But for the most part, I actually think this looks pretty good so far. So that's going to make it a lot easier for me to go through and get them my feedback. So that means you'll actually probably be seeing this video fairly soon after I record it. So I'm really excited to get this to you. Bye. So with all of that, I am super proud to announce that you can pre-order your copy of Going Wide, Self-Publishing Your Books Outside the Amazon Ecosystem anywhere you get great books. And of course, you can request it at your library. If you think you can commit to reading before the release date and would like to join my ARC team, there is a link below where you can claim a review copy. But again, please make sure you can commit to reading it and leaving a review. Don't just grab a free copy and then not do anything with it. Thanks. All right, and I want to give a big thank you to Formatted Books for taking this book from a Word document manuscript to actually making it a beautiful book that you can check out. Okay, hit me with your comments, your questions, your wide thoughts below. I can't wait to hear it, and I'm going to be sharing more with you about the process of getting this book wide in the coming weeks, so stay tuned. If you found this video helpful or you just want to give me some hype, excited for this new book release, leave this video a thumbs up and don't forget to hit subscribe. That lets YouTube know that you found value from this information and can get it in front of other authors like us. And now you can get back to writing your book.